Hello, and thank you for checking out my video on suicide prevention. More on the lines of, to always, if you feel like someone is suicidal or they are acting a little differently, even if, it's slightly on their normal way that they act, just to say something because you never know if it could make a difference, or if you don't say something, the worst that could happen is you could be like me and have to constantly live with not knowing if if you would have said something, if that could have changed the person's decision to commit suicide. So I want to talk about my personal experience because all I know is that on July 27th, which I don't even remember, that I text my friend and told her that my mom, was acting a little differently. She had like a situation going on in her life, and she just was acting a little differently, but not fully differently, just slightly differently. And I told her that I was afraid that my mom was suicidal, and I talked to my friend, and we talked it out, and I just chalked it up, unfortunately, to just my mom's giving nature. Because I remember as a child, there was another girl in the neighborhood whose parents could not afford to give her a Christmas because her mom was like a single mom. So my mom went out and bought her all kinds of Barbie dolls, and all kinds of like stuff, and gave her the type of Christmas that she would give me as a child. And also another fond memory is, if you wanted to be a collector, my mom would make you a collector. Most recently my uncle was, interested in starting to collect mustard. And so my mom would just go everywhere on her days off. Even when she got off of work, she would just go to every local store looking to get him as much mustard as she could. And, that was just how my mom was. And, leading up to my mom's suicide, I remember her calling me, telling me that she had a lot of Christmas blow molds, but she had given me lots of like stuff in the past, like Christmas decorations, because her new husband wasn't really into the decorating for Christmas. So she said, "Hey, I have all these blow molds. Do you want to come up and get them?" So I was gonna go up that Saturday before, like after she died. So I just chalked it up. First I thought she was suicidal because, the situation going on in her life, and then, she was giving my niece and nephews beds away at her house. But I just chalked that up to because my niece and nephew hadn't gone to her house probably in like 5-6 months, and they haven't stayed over there in years. So I just chalked it up to her just wanting to give the beds away to just to help someone in need. And that was just how my mom was. And with the blow molds that she was giving me, I was just thought it was her giving me something to sell, because at that time we were going like thrift shopping all the time and going to yard sales looking for stuff to to sell and make a little bit of money on. And she just got joy out of just helping me and just spending time with me, and just going and helping me find stuff that I could potentially sell, make a little bit of money. So after talking to my friend, I just chalked it up. I just pushed it to the side because I thought it's my mom. This can't happen to my mom. My mom's not going to commit suicide. My mom's not, she's going to get through this. 'Cause she's my mom. She's strong and everything like that. And unfortunately, now that I have lost her to suicide. Now I unfortunately have to live with that every day of wondering, if I would have said something, if that would have really made a difference. And so I really wanted to make this video because I've never spoken about it, because I really didn't even realize it until about a month ago that I had texted my friend, because I didn't remember that I texted her and said that I thought my mom was acting suicidal. I remember having the conversation when I called her to tell her that I was talking like that my mom was suicidal. And we just talked through, and like I said, just chalked it up to that's just my mom's nature. She was just giving. So You know, I just want to make this video so, you know, anybody that sees this video, maybe I can potentially save a life. Maybe, you know, somebody else will not have to go through living every day wondering if they could have made a difference, if they would have said something. You know, you never know. It could be your friend, and you can just be like, oh, they're my friend, they're not going to commit suicide. Or it could be your parent too, and you can just be like, oh, it's my parent. You know, that can never happen to my family. That can never happen to me. You know, I can never lose a family member to suicide. This is my mom, Susan. Some people knew her by Susan Glasser. Some people knew her as Susan Roeder. Some people also knew her as Susan Guthrie. Unfortunately, I lost my mom on August 5th of 2023 when she lost her battle to anxiety and drowned herself in the local river. Unfortunately, you know, my mom had anxiety disorder, and, you know, a local grocery store said that she stole from the store when she forgot to pay for a case of water on the bottom of her cart. And unfortunately that led to, you know, my mom's anxiety disorder to kick into overdrive, and for her to see no future in her life, even though that she had lots of people that cared for her, which was very evident in the funeral and all the people that showed up, and not a single person at the funeral ever had a negative thing to say about her. So like I said, this is my mom, and like I said, unfortunately I lost her on August 5th of 2023, and, you know, I hope that, you know, if I can share her stories through this video and through more videos to come, that I will be able to, you know, hopefully use, you know, her death to hopefully, you know, save someone else's life. Thank you for checking out my video. Hopefully, you know, even if nobody watches this video, which a lot of my videos that I don't make, people don't watch, but hopefully just that one person that watched it, this makes a difference in, you know, their life or someone else's life. And, you know, maybe I can help prevent them from, or anyone from, ever having to go through a situation where you wonder if, you know, if you would have spoke up, if you could have saved a life, or if things would have been different. So, you know, even if it's just you feeling suicidal, you know, speak up. You know, don't suffer in silence, because suffering in silence is the worst thing. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I still suffer, you know, wondering if I could have made a difference, and, you know, if my mom would have been around. But that's not the approach to take. You know, the approach to take is, you know, to share my mom's story, which I would hopefully like to do through more YouTube videos, but, you know, just to get the word out there, you know, share my situation, share my experience, and, you know, hopefully, you know, hopefully I can, you know, turn my mom's death into like a positive, not a full positive, because it still sucks that I've lost my mom, and, you know, that it was to suicide. But I just hope that, I know this video just reached someone, and I can hopefully save a life. So thank you for watching my video, and, you know, thank you always for the support.